Hello, Bible readers. Psalm 36 uses 4 verses to describe the destructive behavior of the wicked, then 5 verses about how great God is, and finally a 3-verse petition, prayer, asking God to keep on being God. Do not let the foot of the arrogant tread on me. But what I noticed was this metaphor in verse 7. How precious is your steadfast love, O God. All people may take refuge in the shadow of your wings. Walter Brueggemann, in his little book, Praying the Psalms, translates it, the children of men take refuge in the shadow of your wings. And the metaphor I'm concerned with here is the wings. And I'll say more about that in a second. But part of what's interesting is that the more literal translation that Brueggemann shared there makes this idea happen without condition, without any maybes. The NRSV interprets it, all people may take refuge, but Brueggemann sees no such need to include that condition. Why that's important is that the same metaphor is used in Psalm 14 and Psalm 46, where in both it says God is his refuge, and is part of the point. Our psalm for today's post and these others are making the point that God is refuge now. Not maybe, not someday, now, in whatever the present sticky circumstance might be. Brueggemann suggests that under God's wing is the very opposite of the pit, which can also be experienced now. Under God's wing is a refuge where God is. Now, the pit is where God isn't, more like a castaway on a deserted island. In Psalm 36, the wicked are described as being pretty wicked, but no matter how intense their wickedness may be, this prayer, Psalm 36, radically redefines the place of the prayer from pit to wing. This is living into holy imagination, saying, you are my refuge, God, while the wicked are not yet defeated. To say, you are my refuge now, that I'm under your wing, God, now, even before the wicked are defeated, this is faith. This is the embrace of promise. Brueggemann says, imaginative speech may outdistance actual circumstances. Isn't that a great idea? That in faith, we can say things that are not yet, but by saying them, they get pulled from later into now. As much as God creates with speech, we too have this capacity to live into imaginative speech by speaking our hope. When we remember the many times God's wings have nestled us into God's refuge, we find the pit to be less and less true, no matter how we may have felt threatened or are threatened by the wicked ones. Being baptized into the faith of Jesus is this, living away from the brokenness of life into the gift of refuge that God offers, even amidst the brokenness of life. Every day is another day to practice receiving our new future that is on offer from God in our present. It's kind of mind-blowing here, right? That's what Psalm 36 is doing. Yeah, they don't reject evil. They flatter themselves. But with you, God is the fountain of life. In your light, we see light. It's not that we will see light. It's a present tense thing to say. In your light, we see light even now. This is encouraging to us who may easily say these first 4 verses with very specific people and circumstances in mind, but who do not only see and experience those people and circumstances, that wickedness in our lives, because we also, right now, see and experience light. I am one with my God. My God is with us, all of us, at all times and in all places.